There are strong fundamentals in Ras Al-Khaimah's residential and real estate market. And what we've seen in the last couple of years in terms of its growth is really on the back of what is a strong tourism and real estate market. If you look at the tourism sector, we saw an increase in international visitation to record levels at 1.28 million visitors last year. And we see that with the introduction of the Win Al Marjan Island and as well as other tourism and hospitality projects, taking that number to roughly 3.3 million by 2027. So fundamentally, this is not speculative. This is real demand, real growth. If you look at Ras Al-Khaimah's GDP, it grew at 6.7% last year, and that's going to continue at roughly about 6.1% according to Fitch. And with a stable economic outlook, very good, strong governance and fiscal prudence, Ras Al-Khaimah is really on the edge of what we see to be a new renaissance period within the Emirate.
A renaissance period. Christopher, gaming, casinos, gambling, still a pretty controversial topic in this part of the world. Obviously, the Wynn Resort announcement and this development that we're seeing in Ras Al-Khaimah doesn't sit comfortably with everyone. What are we going to see unfold here? Is this the beginning of Las Vegas in the Gulf?
No, I don't think so. It's all about entertainment and how do you provide a range of different leisure attractions for visitors in Ras Al-Khaimah. So Ras Al-Khaimah has always been known as the nature emirate. We've always been preferred as that staycation destination in the UAE, and we are seeing a lot of international visitation coming in from key markets within Europe, within Russia and CIS, as well as Africa and Asia. See, Ras Al-Khaimah is not just about gaming. There's more to Ras Al-Khaimah than the Wynn, and what we're seeing is a real growth in tourism across the entire spectrum within the Emirate.
You're there in Singapore at the moment, and what you've also identified is that not just in Singapore, but increasingly internationally, there's high net worth and ultra high net worth individuals who are looking at the property market in the UAE. They're looking at this significant development that's been happening in this part of the world over the last couple of years. And I'm wondering how Al Hamra is actually responding to that. Can you genuinely offer something that will be able to compete with Dubai, which has such a stronghold in the UAE, being a tourism, travel and major financial hub? How do you differentiate the offering here for these people who have capital that they can deploy quite literally anywhere?
So I think the value proposition in Ras Al-Khaimah is slightly different from what you see within Dubai and other emirates within the UAE. We're really focused on lifestyle. And our residential projects are covering a broad spectrum of different real estate offerings, from premium lifestyle to luxury branded residential units, which are incorporated within some of our award-winning hotels. Lifestyle is a real key part of what ultra high net worths are looking for, where they don't necessarily want to be within a strong urban environment, but want to be in more of a resort living style of environment. So speaking to investors here within Asia itself and overseas, they are really focusing on something that they can get that is different from what you can find in other emirates. And I think what we are developing and what we're offering in Ras Al-Khaimah is certainly ticking the boxes for these ultra high net worth individuals.
And of course, the development story has only really just started. The pipeline of openings is set to continue. Christopher, walk me through the bottlenecks that you're seeing right now. Is it land? Is it approvals? Is it talent? Is it something else that is ultimately slowing down delivery at this point? And if you were to look into the crystal ball here and put a final date on when you think Ras Al-Khaimah will be hitting its stride and really taking tourism away from Dubai, then when would that be?
Well, I don't think there's so many bottlenecks to say. We've got a very open and very transparent legislative and also approval process for new development. Just to give you a context, so Al Hamra has been at the forefront and really at the backbone of development in Ras Al-Khaimah over the last 25 years. And over that time, we've developed about 4,500 homes to Ras Al-Khaimah. And with the growth of population that what we are expecting in the Emirate over the next 5 years, we've now put in place a pipeline of another 4,000 units that will be delivered within 3 years. We see that the demand for high-quality premium lifestyle residential is really at the backbone of what Ras Al-Khaimah's growth is going to be about. So we're really focusing on delivering those to the highest caliber and delivering them quickly to the market to fulfill what we see as a gap and also a shortfall in residential supply.
Okay, so what would you say is the biggest risk moving forward as you undertake what is probably considered internationally quite a high-risk strategy here?
Well, I don't necessarily believe it is high-risk strategy. You know, the fundamentals of the real estate sector are strong. As you rightly mentioned earlier, there has been a very strong increase in property values. Last year, there was a significant increase in real estate transactions across Ras Al-Khaimah, which grew significantly from the previous year. And there is a large number of investors who are entering into the market, whether it is buying land plots and developing those as investment products or government-led investments that are building these real estate projects. So really, I think it's more about increasing the visibility and the awareness of Ras Al-Khaimah, which is going to be the one that drives this market further.